welcome to my channel. This is gonna be my first YouTube video, and as you could tell by the title, this is my Revert Story, how I found Islam. So I got some tissues, because I know. And I also got my notes. So you see everything blue, cohesive, the wall. Okay, let me stop. So first, to introduce myself, because this is my first YouTube video. My name is Sheena. I am a high school senior, about to graduate in like 3 months. I already committed to my college. I am going to college. I do want to go to college. And yeah, I live in, should I say where I live? I live in Chicago. I'm from Chicago, so yeah. Now also, I want to show y'all this. I got this yesterday. This is a dhikr band. So you basically scan it, and it will show you a verse from the Quran. And at first, I did not know how to work it because I have this type of phone. So I'm like, okay, this is not working. But then I realized I have to scan it here and not here. But anyway, should I just jump right into it? I'm scared, y'all. Okay. Woo. Okay, I'm gonna jump right into it. So first, okay, so how I found Islam. So although I reverted last year, this story goes back like
3 years.
Yeah. So it was around 2022. I had went on, no, was it 2022? Oh, 2022, yeah, 2022. 2022 is when I wanted to be in tune with my faith and my religion. I wanted to be in tune with God. I wanted to get to know what I'm following. And at the time, I was Christian. And I did a lot of research, because I wanted to just connect more with the religion I'm following. So honestly, the more I researched, the more I was drawn away. So that's when I started researching other religions. There were really 2 that I was studying for real, which was Islam and Buddhism. Those were like 2 that I was studying. And honestly, Islam, what I was learning, it really stuck with me. It really stuck with me. So fast forward a year later, I had went on this trip. It was a 3-day trip, 4-day, whatever. And at the time, I was doing tarot cards, right? So it was me and my friends. It was like a school trip. It was me, my friends, and some other people. We were all in like one room studying. We weren't even studying. We were just chatting it up. So we were studying, and I did bring my tarot cards with me, oracle cards, whatever. And one of my friends, she wanted me to do one on her, so I did. And then everybody was just asking. And then someone had asked this guy, did he want to do it? And he was so hostile. He was like, absolutely not. He was like, I thought like he hated me in a sense because of the way he reacted to the idea of getting a tarot card reading, right? So then that reaction actually stuck with me for a very, very, very long time. Like, even to this day. And so around because the student trip, it was like a state conference. So we did end up making it to internationals. So at internationals, I really started to question, because I kept thinking about that. Like, I kept thinking about, okay, why Why did he make that reaction? I still thought he hated me, right? So I did some more research. And I'm like, okay, actually later I found out he was a Muslim. Okay, I'm like, okay, maybe there's a correlation between the way he reacted, well, his religion and tarot. I'm like, okay. So then I started looking at random questions on the internet like, can Muslims do tarot, blah, 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 blah. And those were the answers I needed. I found my answers. I found why he reacted that way. And I'm like, dang. Wow. Wow. So then after that, I stayed up that entire night researching about Islam. I stayed up. I didn't even actually, I pulled an all-nighter because I was just like so intrigued by, like, I was just so intrigued by what I was learning and what I was researching that I stayed up all night. And so after that, I kept feeling bad. I kept feeling guilty about, you know, bringing the tarot cards or whatever. So I actually meant to apologize, but I actually never did. I never did. But because I kept thinking about apologizing and never did, you know, I just did more research into Islam. Like I got so deep into it that there was no going back. There was no going back. I'm like, there's no going back. Like, so then I bought the Quran. You know, I was very curious. Like, I was like, what are Muslims' holy book, right? So then I bought it, and then I did some more research about. Actually, I found this TikTok actually, and they basically found an over 1,000-year-old Quran, and they compared it to the Quran from today, and it's the same. It's the same, word for word, no changes. So that really stuck with me. I'm like, okay, because at the same time I was studying Christianity still. I'm like, so the Quran has been preserved since the start of its time. The Quran has been preserved, no changes, no different versions. Although there are English translations and other translations that aren't in Arabic, since there are so many people that have memorized the Quran, the original Quran, it would be flagged if there was a mistake in the translations. So then I'm like, it's the same word for word. And then I was comparing it to, like, Christians' holy book, the Bible. And there's not just one version. There's many, 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 many. I'm like, And that was a problem for me. That was really a problem for me, because, like, why is it so easy to change the Bible? Why is there so many different versions of the Bible? So then I just started reading the Quran, and it was like all the answers were there. All the questions I had about Christianity that never got answered were there in the Quran. And it's like, compared to Christianity and Islam, if you have a question, it will be answered. Your question will be answered. You won't be left with, oh, go look it up, or something like that. You won't be left with questions in Islam. And that's how I felt. I was not left with any questions. If I had a question, it always got answered. It always got answered. And it's like, with Muslim people, I can ask them a question and they know. They know. I could ask the same question to different Muslims and it's all the same answer. Because they know. They know what they're talking about. I can ask a scholar a question and it will be answered. You know? So that really stuck with me, and it's like, man. I was just researching, studying for a whole year. And then that's when, like, I was working in a hospital, and then one of my boss, he had asked me, do you believe in Jesus? And then at the time, I said not anymore. That's what I said. But what I meant to say is that I don't believe in the idea that he was crucified, etc., whatever. So at that time, I was really going through it. Like, I wasn't even connected to a religion, and I didn't even know who Jesus was. I didn't know. I did not know. Like, I mean, I knew who he was, but I didn't at the same time. I believed in him, but what idea of him do I believe? That's what I was confused about. And so I asked my Muslim friend, who is Jesus? Who is Jesus? They told me in Islam they believe that Jesus is a prophet and he is the son of Mary. In Islam, God did not have children. God bestowed prophets upon us. And honestly, I had watched this video. I know this is very unorganized, but I had watched this video. I don't remember what video. If I find it, I'll put it here. But I'll read you my notes. And this is the time where I was studying Christianity and Islam, and I was comparing them to each other. And this was my realization that there was no way, there's no way the Trinity could be true. And there's no way that Jesus could be God. Now, listen to this. Allah could not be something that is/was created, because Allah is the creator of everything. Every time the people went astray, God sent down a prophet. Muhammad, peace be upon him, is the last prophet. The Quran must be protected until the day of judgment. We must not go astray. And until this day, the Quran has been protected. The Quran has been preserved. The Prophet Muhammad gave us a blueprint of how we should live our life. Quran 21:107. And we have not sent you, O Muhammad, except as a mercy to the worlds. Muhammad is for all mankind, whereas Jesus is not. Jesus said, I have come for none but the lost sheep of Israel. And another note that I took down from that video is, this is my takeaway that I got from that video. A man dying for our sins is unjust. One innocent man died for all of our sins. That is hell for eternity. That is literally hell for eternity. Because the amount of sins on this earth is too many for just one man to take. So that's what, I'm like, no, there's no way. No way. So that's when, in June last year, 2024, I took my Shahada in my room, actually. It was in my room alone. I was just up at night thinking, actually, hold on, let's rewind. So I actually did Ramadan last year. I fasted for the entire 30 days. Well, except for when it was that time of month. So if y'all see me eating, yeah, it's because it was that time of month. But I did Ramadan, and I'm like, okay, I fasted, I did all that, and after it was over, I realized that was the most disciplined I have been in my entire life. In my entire life. It was the most disciplined I've been in my entire life. So after Ramadan was over, I knew Islam was the religion I was going to choose. And I was like at the beginning of April. And then June come around. It's summer. I'm still not connected to a religion. I have no religion. I'm not Christian or I'm not Muslim. So I'm up at night thinking to myself, why am I waiting? What am I waiting for? What's stopping me from taking my shahada? What is it? Why can't I just do this now? Why am I waiting? I may not even be alive tomorrow to take my shahada. So why am I waiting? Why am I waiting? And then that's when I just started crying. Because like, I really did not know the answer as to why I was waiting. And that's when I took my shahada. I took my shahada right then and there. I could not wait. I took it right then and there. I've been waiting. I'm like, why am I waiting? I'm done waiting. And I felt like I was just unprotected by God for too long. That I needed to take my shahada right then and there. There was no more waiting. So then a couple months later, obviously now that I'm Muslim, I should think about the hijab. I should think about starting to wear it. And honestly, I had no problem with wearing the hijab. What was stopping me was the people around me. Like, it was me thinking, how would people react? How would people this? How would people that? How would other people think of me? And I just thought to myself, this is my faith, not theirs. This is my journey, not theirs. So, who cares? So then, a couple months later, in like November last year, 2024, I just put on the hijab. It was Thanksgiving break, random Tuesday, I put it on. And then the next day, I went outside in it for the first time. Girl, my heart. I was so nervous, I almost took it off. That's how nervous I was. Like, I felt like everyone was staring at me. Like, it was very nerve-wracking, not gonna lie. Like, it took a lot in me to go outside. And then the week after, when I had went to school, I was so timid. I was so, like, I really felt like everybody was watching me then. Because, like, there was no escaping. I'm in a school building. Where am I gonna go if I want to run? So I was just wearing it. It felt really natural though. It felt like natural. Like it was supposed to be there. And so at some point throughout that day, I just forgot it was on. I forgot it was on because everyone was treating me like normal. Even my friends, they were just treating me like normal. Like it was a normal day. Like they didn't even see it. And so I was just like, it was like they were treating me normal, like, which I really liked. And the reason how I remembered that it was even on my head was because I was walking with one of my friends, and then one of my other friends, she had called me. She was like, "Oh, Sheena, you put it on." And I'm like, "Oh yeah," because I literally forgot. I literally forgot it was on my head. So yeah, and then after that week, that whole week, honestly, it was kind of hard. It was hard because I only had one hijab. I only had one hijab, one undercap. I didn't care though. And so yeah, so the hijab, it didn't take as long for me to put it on as I thought it would, which is good. Because honestly, after converting, I told myself like I was gonna wait till after I graduate. But then it's like, then I was just thinking to myself like, okay, but I want to keep my prom pictures up when I graduate. And then I'm like, oh, I also want to keep my graduation pictures up. So maybe I should do it before. Then I'm like, I want to keep my senior pictures up, which was in December last year, 2024. So I'm like, ooh, okay, I'm gonna wear it sooner than I thought. And I'm really happy I put it on. I don't even know what encouraged me to do it. I don't know what. I just randomly put it on. I don't even remember. I don't remember. But honestly, I told this story to myself many times. So it was very easy to sum it up. Because the last time I told this story to myself, because I've never actually told this story to anyone else. And if I did, it was like 2 minutes short. Not 2 minutes long, 2 minutes short. But I told this full story to myself like in January of this year. And it was like an hour long. I wasn't recording though. I was literally sitting in my bed thinking about basically my journey. And honestly, I am surprised I did not cry. I'm so surprised. You know what? I know why I didn't cry. I didn't cry because I told this story many times and I already got all my tears out. Now it's just like, now it's like I can't cry. Not even tears of joy because I've already got them out. I got them out already. But yes, that is my Revert story. I'm very happy with how far I've come. And yeah. Of course, there are some struggles that I have faced when converting to Islam, like, you know, family, cutting them off, certain people, cutting off certain friends, you know, things like that. Learning how to pray, that was the hardest. That was the hardest thing. Learning how to pray, that was what I struggled the most with. And yeah, it's definitely more things that, I mean, I'm not perfect. I'm not a perfect Muslim. You're not either. We're not perfect. And that is the beauty of being a human. We don't gotta be perfect. But yes, that is my Revert story. I still live in a Christian household, by the way. I don't know if I told y'all that, but you know, living in a Christian household during Ramadan is definitely not easy. But may Allah make it easy for me, inshallah. And my journey is still going. Even after, my journey will continue. Well, it will never end, honestly. My journey will never end, even after I die. Because, you know, I'm seeking Jannah. Aren't we all? And so, yeah. That is all. If you guys have any more questions, you can comment down below or you can DM me on Insta. I'm actually not on Insta right now. I'm trying my best to avoid it. But if it has something to do with Ramadan or Islam related anything, you can go ahead and text me. I might look at it or I might not. If I don't, then you'll definitely get a response after Ramadan. But thank you all for watching my video. And I'll see you later. I'll see you in the next video.